Hey everybody, today the 5-minute shelter. 5 minutes. Stick around. Tick, 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 boom. Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. Today I want to go over the 5-minute shelter. And it shouldn't even take 5 minutes to set up. It should actually take more like 2 minutes to set up, especially if you have everything prearranged in your pack. It should go up, your Ridgeline should go up pretty quick, your Tarp should go up pretty quick, and you should be undercover in less than 2.5 minutes. So what I want to do today is I want to show you exactly how to set everything up before you need it, so that when you're ready to set it up, it happens like that. Alright guys, we need 1 space blanket. We're going to need 2 actual tent stakes to be used as tent stakes, and 2 other ones that we can use as a toggle. Get the bad one out of there. Thank you. We're going to need some 550 cord. Don't use black. Thank you very much. Alright guys, so real quick, why would I want to use this cordage over this cordage? They're both the same thing, right? No, they aren't. This is black. I use black for everything. So a lot of times this gets cannibalized and then I don't have a Ridgeline. I learned this trick from watching Blackie Thomas, so thank you Blackie. You use any other color, something bright, something crazy colored that you know as soon as I pull this out, shabam, this is a Ridgeline. I don't use hot pink for anything else. And it's also pretty visible too, so you're not you're not stumbling over it in the dark as well. Alright guys, so now we're getting ready to set up our Ridgeline so that we can carry it. Now, every single rope has 2 ends. On one end, I tie a bowline, the other end, I leave plain. Now, you want this to be the first end that you're going to use, so we're going to throw that to the side. We take this, and this is how you make sure that your rope doesn't get all tangled up and become a spaghetti noodle. Pinch it, just like that. Shabam. Take it through there. Now all we're going to do is figure 8 it. Alright? Just like that. So you can see how it creates a figure 8 back and forth. Alright guys, now we've got about 3.5 feet left. So what we're going to do is grab it just like that. Take it. Now we're going to start to wrap it so it doesn't come undone. So when you're doing it, you got this one right here, you just hold it there, bring it over top, so now it's locked in with some friction. Now just wrap it around just like that. If you need to, start coming back the other way, no big deal. Now we get down to here where you've just got this little bit left. All you're going to do, put your finger right there, pull it around, tuck it in that little right there. Now you got a tag. Alright guys, now as far as my shelters go, what I generally do is I have big loops already tied into them. So this is just a number 36 bank line. I've just tied a quick overhand knot into a piece of it. Let me show you exactly what that's all about. So for each corner, what I do is I have a piece of number 36 bank line. All I do is take it, fold it directly in half, and then just tie an overhand knot in it, just like that. And now you've got a nice loop. I do that on all 4 corners And that way they are all the same, and I don't have to worry about which side's the back side, which side's the front side, or anything like that. Everything is all the same. All right, so each corner has a little grommet. I just feed it through and loop it around on itself. That creates a little lark's head, locks it on there. And that's gonna set up, you do that 4 times, once on all 4 corners, and that sets up your grabber space blanket for you. All right, guys, let's fold this thing up. Now there's no secret to it, guys. There is no secret to it. You've already got all 4 sides set up, so you can either fold it up, you can roll it up, it doesn't matter. As long as it works for you, do it that way. As long as you know how it goes in there, do it that way. Easiest way to do it. All right, guys, so come out here into the woods a little bit. I found 2 trees, which are about the right distance that I'm looking for apart from each other. And I have my Ridgeline here. And I'm gonna show you real quick how this Ridgeline works and why it is so awesome to have it set up like this. Okay, so if you remember, all we did was we wrapped it around itself, and then this last loop right here holds that tag end with the bow line in place right there, okay? So all you're going to do is free that up, and now you've got a quick deployed, ready to use Ridgeline. I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, wrap it around the tree. And what we're going to do now is create a marline spike hitch of sorts. So we'll reach our fingers through the bow line like that, and we're going to grab the loop just like that. What this does is creates this little bite in the rope right here, which we'll take one of our tent stakes, stick it in there, pull it tight. One side, done. All right. This side, guys, I'm going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to set up what is called a truckies hitch. And it's pretty simple. I want you to make a thumbs down sign. Thumbs down. It's like this. Come in, grab it full fisted, just like that. And then turn it. And what that does, guys, gives you that loop right there. Take 2 fingers, reach through the loop, and what you get is a bite, right, like that. You need a little bit smaller, you just pull on the rope, make it a little bit smaller. So with that, what we're going to do is take this, which is the working end of the rope, pull it through the loop. When you pull back that way, it tightens up the rope, tightens up the Ridgeline. But the problem is it doesn't hold the Ridgeline. You have to be able to hold it. So what I like to do is, instead of running it just once through that loop, I run it back up through again. So now it is run twice through that loop. And what this does is creates a truck ease hitch. So now I can pull on it, gets it nice and tight, hands free. This was the original hands-free phone, I think. Remember the little cups? And then all I'm going to do on this end is tie, for simplicity's sake, just a real quick slip knot, just like that. And that's it. Ridgeline, tight, and it's up. All right, guys, so now we have our Ridgeline set up nice and tight and taut, like a guitar string. What we're going to do now is we're going to attach our grabber blanket to the Ridgeline, and we're going to do it pretty simply. So as you remember, we have our tent stake here acting as a toggle, and we have these nice big tie-out points. Just put it through just like that. If you have to pull it out a little bit this way to make it fit, that's fine. Just shove it back in there. That ain't going anywhere. All right, guys, that's one side down, one side to go. We've got our loop coming through this side, but there's nothing here to tie it off unless you remember over here we have the slip knot that we tied, which created a loop. Now, if you take a loop and a loop together, you've got a whole bunch of possibilities. One of them is to pass one loop through the other loop like that. Now you've got a great place to jam a toggle. Tighten it up. Guess what? Now you're in business. Then all we're going to do over on this side is just take and tie another quick slip knot for security. That's not going anywhere. Around the back side, guys, take your tent stakes. And while I do like the smaller black tent stakes, these ones right here have finding a very nice place in my heart. Honestly, they're nice, they're big, they're sturdy, they don't weigh anything. And man, you can see these things forever at night. So we can either attach them in like that, or we can attach them down there. It doesn't really matter. All you're going to do is pull it out, make it tight, stick it in the ground. Do the same thing on this side. Take your stake, put her in, pull her tight. Let's jam her in the ground, and then we can come back, tighten things back up all the way around. And that, folks, is how you set up a 5-minute shelter, which actually should take you more along the lines of 2.5 to 3 minutes tops. So put your fire right out there, get some heat blowing on in here. You're going to be pretty comfortable. It's nice and it's cozy. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today. We went over how to make a 5-minute shelter, and I hope that I provided enough good information in there for you. I hope I showed you a few things that maybe you haven't seen before. There's a million different ways to set shelters up, guys. The point is, get out there, figure out what works for you. Get out there, experiment. Maybe what I've shown you here today works, maybe it doesn't, maybe you like something else that you've seen somewhere else. It doesn't matter. Do what works for you. That's the most important thing. Just because it works for me today doesn't mean it's going to work for you tomorrow. Find out what works for you, run with that. So I want to say thank you again, guys, for tuning in every single week, for saying hi, throwing your comments in below. And speaking of comments, just let me know how you guys do yours a little bit differently. If you have a link to something that you have found useful as far as putting up one of these 5-minute shelters, I'd like to see it. So throw some comments up, throw some likes, share this video. Guys, I really appreciate everything that you do for me and this channel. I enjoy making these videos more than you'll ever know. It gives me an excuse to get out here, have some fun, and I get to bring you along with me so I don't feel so lonely sometimes. So until next week, guys, get out of the inside and into the outside. Take care. You know what I like the most about springtime? It's that the weather starts warming up. The birds start singing. Things start coming alive. Well, my honey wakes up, puts on a bikini, goes out. She gets nice and golden brown. It's nice. Do you want to see my honey in a bikini? That's my honey. It's my my honey in a bikini. Yeah.